touching the ground. The movement forward and the movement backwards relate to the new theory of the two streams, the electric one and the magnetic one. Every time when the will is not conscious, those energies instantly explode, and when the mind is consciously expressed, plastic movements are achieved. Consequently, all of you should strive to accomplish plastic movements throughout your muscles and organs in order to avoid looking tame. We should go back to the original divine movements. These exercises are not ordinary. They are shaped in accordance with the laws of nature. You should mind their rhythmical performance. You would benefit from them if you pay attention to that. All the exercises follow certain laws. We will try to perceive the law as much as it could be done rhythmically. These exercises are simple, but the mind should actively participate. When you're standing on one of your legs, there shouldn't be any swaying or wavering because this shows nervous state of mind. Every wavering is a symptom of a particular element which is beyond your nature, an element you should cope with. The right leg represents the active side of the electrics, whereas the left one is the passive side and represents the influences of the magnetic energies. If you manage to do the exercises properly with the right leg, but you have difficulties with the left one, this means that you are active and therefore you should strive to balance your movements. You should direct your thought upward towards God. You should direct your love to Him, considering that these arms are divine. Express your will and you will find the expression of God in yourself. God's will is active. And when you're doing these movements with your hands, it is God who is doing it. You will see that He will positively affect you. Will. Will is a necessity for everyone. The devil is kept with will and is chased away with will as well. Therefore, if you do these movements, you will restore harmony. A set of exercises given by the Master on the 19th of August 1922 in the town of Veliko Trnovo. Lord, let your blessing come on me. These exercises should be performed throughout the whole year. During the period of the 22nd of March to the 22nd of September, they are performed before panarrhythmy. They are performed just before or during sunrise. The first of the 6 exercises brings tranquilization and balance. You want to be the master of yourself. Put your mind, heart, and will in service to God. You descend to the earth to work and then you ascend in order to receive. During the exercise, you are in a connection with the divine in yourself, in accordance with the reason in the world. It includes 2 principles, unity and plurality. When you let your hands down, this represents the manifestation of plurality. When joining the 2 hands together, this represents the manifestation of the unity. The two arms represent tones in nature, two opposite poles of the Genesis. Consequently, this exercise represents the manifestation of the unity within the plurality. It helps strengthening power. This is the way to spiritually fence yourself. Let my soul be filled with God's love. In the second exercise, you establish a connection with nature. You receive energy from it and then transfer it to the earth. During this exercise, you should be in consent with love. It represents the manifestation of Genesis in the mutual relations which exist between the elements. The movement of the right leg has an impact on the brain and the left leg on the sympathetic nervous system. The movement of the right leg induces something to your mind, and the movement of the left leg induces something to your heart. Let God's justice grow in me. In the third exercise, one of the hands should be placed on the knee. That represents the benevolence. What is written on your hand should be placed on the benevolence as a base, which is the knee. Each finger has a specific meaning. All the spiritual forces which are represented by the fingers should be placed on the benevolent. The angle between the hip and the tibia represents the unity with the invisible world. This exercise corresponds with the energies, methods, and means which nature uses as its force. I will serve you, God, with my whole soul. The fourth exercise shows us how to work and serve. Everything which is disharmonic in the heart should be thrown away when moving your hands to the left. When you're moving your hands to the right, you should throw away all the worries in your mind. It represents the way on which the soul is developing. When you feel you're going the wrong way, you should do this exercise and you will feel better. You will start from the beginning. It is the law that the stronger the action is, the stronger the counteraction gets. I will be rejoiced by God's blessings. The shoulder is the place where the angelic world is. When you put your hands on your shoulders, it shows the connections with the angelic world. In the fifth exercise, When you stand on your left leg and the right leg is moving around the left one, you balance your heart. You awaken your heart through the mind. And when you stand on your right leg and the left leg is moving around the right one, you're balancing your mind and you're working on your mind. This is the moment when you awaken the mind through the heart. When you lean consecutively the right and the left leg, you set a balance between the mind and the heart. I shall be on the path to truth. While blowing, you're cleansing your mind. This is an electric process. When you're breathing, you're purifying your heart. That is a magnetic process. Lord, let your Spirit come and purify me. This is the explanation of the blowing. This is what you need to talk to your mind. And when you're breathing, you should be pronouncing in your thoughts, Lord, let your Spirit come and bless me. At the same time, these 6 exercises represent the evolution and the involution. For example, when we are letting down the arms during the first exercise, this means descending of the spirit, involution. The lifting of the arms represents evolution or accession. The same represent the 3 steps to the front. Initially, the master presented these 6 exercises with taking 3 steps to the front and 3 to the back. Later, he changed the direction of the movement with 3 steps to the back and 3 steps to the front. Music exercise given by the master in March of 1942 in the city of Sofia. Each part of the body corresponds with a particular tone. When you sing correctly C, you can cope with the difficulties. It is the same as planting a seed. When you sing correctly D, then you know well the growth. Singing well E means you adjust well to the external conditions. F means you have enough magnetism. If you sing G correctly means you think well. The people who sing A well, they would always finish their activities. If you sing a fine B, you would know how to become reconciled with people. When doing the movement, there should be dynamics. The hands should not be slacked. Sometimes, when things are not going well, do the exercise. Your state of mind will change immediately. I told you that exercise in order to use it for healing. A set of 21 exercises. First exercise. The movement is a accession upwards. If you stop, you will fall. Each of you should be motivated when accomplishing an exercise. You have to be progressing when you're doing it, and you should be content with yourselves. Another law of the movement is the benefit you get from an exercise depends on the level of consciousness you put when doing it. Otherwise, it is just a mechanical process. Second exercise. There is a power in the movements, because through them you will achieve harmony with the movement of reason. Power is hidden in the harmony. If you don't manage to connect with this movement, this means you're not organized enough and you will live in a world of conflicts. Third exercise, tear throw. If you keep your hands slack when doing the exercises, there wouldn't be any contact with the powers of nature. Hands should be kept stretched. This way, the exercises help you establish a connection with the powers of nature. Fourth exercise, a balm for the